Happy Tuesday night, my beautiful people. What is up? Hope you had a great day and a great night. Hope everything's going wonderful. I just wanted to check in and see what was up. It's a little bit of a late check in. We had a busy day running around acting crazy, and I finally got some time to do this. And yeah, I know before anybody says, make all the videos first and then put them out, but sometimes I like to shoot from the hip. In fact, more often than not, as you know me, you know me. But speaking of knowing me, if you don't know me, hi, I am Papa Rose, your favorite papatillo, or not tapatillo, but just as spicy as the sauce, here in La Casa de Juju, the channel, the YouTube channel for Casa de Juju, which is my shop for spiritual oils and products and a place where you can get mentoring, help with your spiritual path, readings, divinations, and such. And as well as down home brujeria. And we're talking about different topics of the esoteric, the spiritual, the magical, the witchcrafty, all the brujeria and juju you can get, and then some. And we like to talk about it here and open it up. So if you're new to the channel, thanks for coming by. Thanks for sticking around. Please hit the like button and subscribe and talk about it and get in the comments and share it around like Tic Tacs. That'll help us out a lot. Break us off, y'all. Be sweet. Break us off, and you can stay in the loop of all the cool stuff that is coming up on the horizon. Like Sunday, we did my first story time Sunday, where we started talking about stories, lore, and folklore from that I heard growing up, and also that is relevant to Lukumi and Espiritismo practices, things like that. But if you saw it, great. Let me know what's up. Feedback me on that. And if not, keep your eyes open. There's more stuff. Check out all the other videos that we have on the channel. And again, thank you and welcome. So it is Tuesday, 13th day of January, 13 days in, and yo, it's already. And I wanted to take today to make it Talk About It Tuesday, because it's Taco Tuesday too. I just had some. Yay. I wanted to talk about something in particular today. I'm always a big stickler for protection work, for keep your eyes open, be aware of what's going on. Protection isn't just spiritual work, it's a knowledge and an understanding of what's going on around you, being aware, keeping in the loop, and also protecting yourself with what you're consuming. When we talk about social media, when we talk about what you're watching, we talk about what you're listening to, feed your head, said the dormouse. So I want you to start doing things like that if you haven't started already, to really think about what we're consuming, what we're bringing, and that helps in our protection as well. Peace and protecting your peace and your sanity is tantamount right now in these times in particular. To keep your head cool and to keep yourself aware, always choose kindness, always choose compassion, always choose the humanity of within and the divinity within. That said, in lieu of current events and things going on, protection, keeping yourself protected and keeping yourself aware is a cornerstone practice, especially when we have energies around. Because not only do we protect ourselves from people, places, and things, nouns, remember Schoolhouse Rock. Yeah, I know you get a little bit of nostalgia here too, because when you're years old and you have your experience, you're able to share it, you're able to bring people to things. So I try and make light and laugh because it is a serious thing, but happiness, kindness, and laughter also helps. It is the medicine. And I try and get as much medicine in as possible in every way, shape, and form. But doing protection, not just against institutions, not just against evil things leveling themselves at you, but energy forms as well. Keep abreast and aware of what's going on and what's happening in the energy in your town as well as where you live, not just in your home. Because we always protect our home. We're going to lock our doors, we're going to put oils on our doors, we're going to prepare our doors, put protections around windows and doors. That's normal. If you want to know more about that, please get back with me and check with me in the comments. Ask me questions. I'm more than happy to help. Little things that we do for protection, but also there are things we can do to protect from energies that might be passing through. Like when we hear from in the Bible during Exodus, where the Hebrews painted their lamb's blood on the doors so that the angel of death would pass by. There has been a lot of that negative current, a lot of that death current, for good or bad, for blessing or curse, because sometimes some things need to be passed on, some things violently passed on and didn't need to. Some things happened, but that energy is there. So we have a lot of things that we do to keep that energy at bay and keep that reaping energy going forward. One of the things, or going away from you or missing you. Two things that I do come from the ancestry and the magic of my ancestors, and also from the Caribbean, Afro-Caribbean, Latino, Santeria, Lukumi, Espiritismo background, but also throughout the Caribbean they do this too in a lot of other different spiritual practices, as well as in down home hoodoo, down home root work, and people conjuring. Okra is a powerful, powerful ally. So I want to talk about that real quickly and do two things with okra to keep away that death current, that negative energy current that sometimes will come around, because it is a natural part of creation, destruction. But sometimes when there's a surplus of that energy, you want to like not catch any strays, or be in the wrong place at the wrong time, or have that energy around too, because it also, that energy brings corruption and begins to bring other energies that aren't conductive to what you probably want. So when you feel that, there is a bath that is done when you feel like that energy is really close to you, or that really heavy negative spiritual energy is on you, and it's very simple. You can take regular okra and fresh water. If you can use tap, use filtered, heck, use a gallon of spring water, whatever. Or if you want to get fancy schmancy, this is where you can come out with sun water, because everybody does moon water. Nobody ever talks about sun water that I've seen. Very few people do, and if you do, great, keep talking about it, because we all need to learn how to harness the energies through water and through all the elements for our betterment. And the more we know, the more we know. Teach one, teach others. Everybody, a rising tide, all that good stuff. But what we have is that whole using the energy of just plain old water, knowing your elements and incorporating them for your betterment. So just whichever water you have that you can pray over, talk to, and put your intention into. Because remember, I talked about this once before, that water is a energy that receives. You can work with water. Take yourself some okra, wash it off a little quick, of course, and cut the okra into little rounds. Or you can slice it up into long slices, whatever you want. But 9 pieces of okra that you're going to cut up and put into your water, and you're going to whip it with your fingers. And while you're doing that, you're talking to okra, asking okra to let all negativity and all harm slide off you, slide away from you. Now, you need a lot of water, because okra gets real. And it isn't going to be the most pleasant bath, but what I can assure you is it is a cleansing bath. Not only is it a hex breaking bath, but it also gets rid of that death current, and it gets rid of that energy. Depending on how heavy that is, you can do 1 bath, 3 baths, or 9 baths. And consecutive. Also with this bath, light you some incense, of course, get you some candle going, and call your spirits, call your ancestors, call your guides, call your deities, call your energies if you want to use this. And also talk to the okra, because okra has a spiritual energy to it. Okra is the legacy of our ancestors, our African ancestors, who brought okra to us. So she's always a good friend to us, and seeds are the seeds of tomorrow. So we're asking okra to please let that really sliminess help us to let things slide off of us, evil sliding off of us, and leaving the seeds for to better tomorrow. It don't have to be a lot sometimes. Sometimes just one thing works a lot. So you do your thing, and also, if you can, let yourself air dry. If it's a little too much for you, at least give yourself a couple of minutes for that bath to stay on you really good, and then you can rinse off, because hey, I know what it's like. But afterwards, do a follow-up. A lot of people never talk about follow-ups, and follow-ups is this. I always do, because there's always an extra thing to do, and there's always something to seal that energy in. So after you rinse and you're air dried, take you a protection oil, take you a blessing anointing oil. Talk to me about how to get some. We have it. You want it. You know what's up. And anoint yourself from the bottoms of your feet upward, all around your pulse points, all on your chakra line, the bottom of your spine, the back of your neck, the front of your neck, and your crown and your third eye, as well as all of your pulse points, so that that energy of protection is on you. And do that before going to bed. Heck, in the morning when you take your shower, make that an integral part of your day, because you should always have ritual. Magic, spirituality, and your science and your daily life should never be divorced. It's got to be a constant thing. That's why it's called a practice. One of my best friends, God rest his soul, went into the world. One of my contemporaries and someone who taught me a lot. He used to say all the time, it's not spiritual easy, it's spiritual work. And sometimes it has to be. But it's a work that has dividends of giving yourself peace, protection, and alignment, and that balance. So, getting back to what I was saying. After you're done, once you take your bath, be sure to leave something on the drain, like a sieve or a piece of cheesecloth or a little strainer or something, so that you can pick up the excess okra and throw them in your front yard. If you have a house, throw them in your front yard, or put them in the recycling, or put them away from your house on the earth somewhere. If that's not feasible, the garbage will work, because you know what, you got to work with God you work with. And that's another thing I want to say. It is perfectly fine to work with what you got, use what you have, until you get what you need, and then get what you want. It's a process, and it's okay to start from one. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We all started one way, and ain't nobody came out the womb running. So, moving on. Take that bath, air dry, anoint yourself. Get into the process of the habit of anointing yourself after every shower. And you can also layer your oils too. You can have a protection oil, you can have a good luck oil, you can have like road opening blessing oil. You can build them together to build yourself up. I always tell people to do that all the time. But there's another way. Going back to okra, we're working with okra, using okra to protect your home from death currents, negative energy, and all that. There is something we do also, and it is based in Ocha. It is based in Lukumi. But I've seen a lot of people do it from a lot of different traditions as well. So it's there, but it has gotten permutations, and it is hanging okra. Now, some people will hang it lengthwise, put 9 pieces of raw okra, like thread a piece of thread through, and hang it from the door across. Or some people, like myself, do it like the old peppers. Because if all the Italian folks and all the Mediterranean folks would hang their peppers to use them for cooking, but they're also protective, just like you hang bulbs of garlic. It's the same thing. Okra is the same way. And the reason why we hang okra is because there is an old story where Orumila, the Orisha of divination and the lord of Ifa, or the owner of Ifa, came and protected a lady from death, throwing okra on the floor. And as such, we still hold that okra and keep okra there to scare away death. This is a story that I'm going to tell the full story on Sunday with Story Time with Papa, so stay tuned, y'all. But that in itself is sort of like a reminder to death, saying okra is here. And if you don't want to have the same thing happen again, you'll leave us be. So it's sort of like a no tea, no shade, no insult, but we got okra. We're not about that life. So, and now I used an orange thread because that's what I had. And at the time, I wanted to do this toot sweet. Because when you see things happening in your outskirts area, outside of your bubble, you reinforce your bubble and make sure things are okay, and your house. So I went and I got orange, and orange to me is a happy color. Orange to me is always one of my favorite colors anyway. It's the road opening color. It's the color of vibrant life. It's the color of the sun, the color of good luck and road opening too. So for me, and it has a very mercurial aspect. And since Mercury is a psychopomp, who knows better about death and the ways of the dead? So I'm gonna tie that in so that the communication remains. It's all good. We all gotta go one day, but not today. And let that energy not catch us unaware, or let us not catch strays. You know that whole thing. We don't want to be in the wrong place at the wrong time or have that energy come by with us. And you hang it near your front door. You just hang it there. Some people can hang it outside, and if you can, but we got hella like birds. When you over here in the beloved in Mississippi, y'all, we got all sorts of birds and animals. So you don't want anybody to be chewing on your magic, or maybe you do. But so we hang it on the inside because death can see through your door. It's okay. So you hang it there and you let it just dry. Once all the pods are dry, either replace it or know that that time is done. Divination is key, so I'm going to always tell you, always check with a competent diviner, always check with your own ancestors. Divine for yourself too, whether it be a pendulum, the flip of a coin, sitting with a one card pull. Sit with your ancestors and ask them to help you out with this. Always run it through them first, and then run it through the other authorities that you have in your life. Your padrino, your madrina, your mambu, your unga, your papa kuche, everybody, your hoodoo mama, whoever it is, those people that are teaching you, your elders, run it through them by them first, run it through your ancestors, and then do it. Don't go half-assed. That's another thing I want to say. I give a lot of good information and things to do, and I want you to use them responsibly because we're all adults. I don't want you to run out there. If you're underage, you need somebody to teach you and train you. Find somebody who you trust within your family or your family's traditions. But if you're in a house, if you're in an ile, if you're in a society, if you're there doing your things, follow that and add this into. I always want you to incorporate. But what I don't want you to do is just go half-cocked without just saying, well, I'm going to do this and figure it out. Because sometimes it might backfire because you might not need that medicine. It's like taking an OTC you didn't need just because you thought it was a good idea. No. Always back it up. I give this information so you could have it and fall back on it for your own use in tandem with divination and what you're doing for yourself. I want you to enhance your craft, enhance your practice, not erase you and put something new, because you should always remember where you came from. And that's for real, for real. So, if you have any questions on anything I've talked about, anything we've touched on, anything I've brought up, if you want to schedule a divination with me, a mentorship with me, a café con papa where we just sit down and talk brujeria and you get to talk all of your lovely secrets that you want to have help with and we just figure things out, that can go down too. We have oils, we have bath salts, we have powders, we have lotions as well as we do fabulous different bracelets of crystal, of stones, and there's also candle work we can do as well. So let me know what's up. If you have questions on any of this or want to get down with any of that stuff, again, please hit that bell, sub, like, share this video if you liked it, and thank you so much for your input, your time, and everything. Thank you to my trubies, thank you to my newbies, thank you to everybody, and I want y'all to be careful out there. Keep your eyes open. Remember, protection starts right up in here. Protect your mind, protect yourself, protect your surroundings, and then go outward. We're going to be okay. Just got to use your head. Don't lose your head. If there's anything, remember to feed your head. And with that, I bid y'all peace, love, and all the juju. If you have any questions, float me a note because that is all she wrote. Thanks for your time and have a great night. Later on.